Okay, 28 days after September 11th, um, there's gonna be a serious day of prayer, a mournful day of prayer. And before that day, you might want to be praying and in prayer and asking God if that were the day that there were a nuclear attack or a comet hit the earth or a tsunami or a devastating earthquake or a hurricane, or all of those things were to converge all in one day, or World War III, atomic blast, September 11th in every city in the country, uh, the end of America as we know it. I'm not saying it's going to happen on that day, but what I'm saying is if it were to happen on that day, I want you praying as if that's the day it's going to happen. You say, why would I do that? I just want you praying about it. I'm not saying anything's going to happen on that day. But I'm going to say that's a sorrowful day of prayer, and you need to have whatever God tells you to do, you need to have done it by then. And don't be surprised if God has you filling up bottles of water and stashing those and getting a full tank of gas in all your cars the day before. And if you pray and seek God and do everything He tells you to do on that sorrowful day of prayer, now here goes Passover. If you don't believe what I'm saying is true, it doesn't matter. Because the Lord is going to do what He's going to do. We need to be in prayer. We need to be seeking God. Because they wanted to do it on September 11th, but things didn't. The timeline wasn't right. Everything. And somebody prayed and asked for more time. And they got 28 days. That was kind of their message to the world. They like to do stuff on September 11th. Whatever, 9/11, just in honor of the wonderful 19, in honor of those who went before, the heroes of our faith, Osama and Muhammad and Malik Hassan or Nadal Malik Hassan. In honor of him, he would want it to be on September 11th. But somebody prayed and pushed it back 28 days, so it actually lands on some other day. That proves it's the day of the Lord. Oh, I didn't just say that. I'm not predicting dates, you guys. I'm just saying we gotta eventually come to the conclusion that this thing's winding up and it's actually gonna happen. So be in prayer about the sorrowful day of prayer, which is 28 days after September 11th. I don't know what it is. It could be just the day that just might be a day of bad news. It might be a day of calamity. It might be somebody out of the 150 views this video is going to get. Let's be honest, it's not going to have 1,000,000 views, right? But out of the 150 views, unless you share this video, out of the 150 views this video is going to get, what if that's a specific day for you in your life? What if nothing big is going to happen in the world, but in your personal walk with God, you're going to find out grandma she couldn't withstand the cancer. Or you're going to be in a car accident. Or you're going to run off and go smoke crack again, and Lord help me, or whatever it is. The reason I say that is I worked at a men's recovery home in Florida, and these guys were coming out of jail. They were coming out of prison. We were trying to get them saved, trying to preach the gospel to them, and they were doing a work for God. But some of those guys who come out of prison and they were crack addicts in the past, man, it's a hard life. We'd pray for them, and We did what we could, you know, but sometimes you gotta fight a battle. But anyway, whatever happens that day, just keep in mind that Jesus is the Lord. And it's really his mercy, because many will call on the name of the Lord and seek God. And some will be gone in a flash. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen on that day. What I'm saying is we need to be prayerful up until 28 days past September 11, whatever day that is. I don't even know what day it is. I haven't even looked at a calendar. But somebody tell me what day that is, please. Why 28 days after? Why did I hear that? Why do I keep talking about it? This is a second video. I wasn't even planning on talking about this. Anyway, I'm not setting a date. Dang it. You know, I think it's gonna, well, I don't know. I don't want to put God in a box, you know. Maybe, you know, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to end this video because now I'm starting to wonder why am I saying that day? You know what? Here's what I'm saying for that day. Just make sure you got water in your house. You've talked to your kids about what to do in case of an emergency. You have some sort of plan, backup of a meeting place or something in case cell phones don't work. You have enough food and water, and if you've got some sort of plan on where to meet the kids if we all get separated and something happens, you know, whatever it is, just make sure you're ready. And let's just say that day, let's just hope you're prayed up. Let's just say it that way. Let's just hope that you're mostly prayed up, and anybody who's not right with the Lord, pray they won't get angry at God, but will fall on their face before the Lord. Because that's the day that you want to be seeking God.